Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tausif starting a live stream, and the time right now is 12:18 a.m. 12:18 a.m. It is Central Time, 12:19 right now, actually, and I'm just starting a live stream. I know uh, it's very early in the morning, right after midnight, actually. So, um, hopefully, some of our friends will be able to tune in. Those in the Pacific time zone, it's still not midnight where you are. So hopefully, you'll be able to tune in. Um, we got our friend Evelyn who just wrote a comment. Evelyn, so good to see you. And Evelyn, thank you so much for watching the premiere of my podcast episode. Thank you for watching that. And thank you for participating in the live chat during the video premiere. So I appreciate that very much. And I had said, I believe, that I may be doing a live stream. So here I am doing a live stream now. Let's see. Okay. So the reason I am doing this live stream right now at this hour is because um, um, there's something very important, significant going on. Okay. And I'm actually looking at my computer screen. So when I look away from the camera, I'm looking at my computer screen because I'm still trying to catch up with the news and the updates. So, my friends, in an ideal world, political figures and government officials, they will cooperate with each other, right? I mean, think of elected officials. Let's say elected officials. Who are the elected officials? Whether you are at the local level, at the state level, at the federal level, if you are an elected official, it means you are elected by the voters. You're elected by Americans. And so public service should be the number one priority, always, whether you're a local official, local elected official, state level elected official, federal elected official. Public service should be number one. And that is what should happen in an ideal world. Elected officials should prioritize public service. Now, my friends, what we are seeing in real life, and especially when you're looking at Illinois. By the way, is there anyone from Illinois here? Anyone watching from Illinois? If you're watching from Illinois, please let me know in the live chat because I'm going to be talking about Illinois. And it's a state that is going through a lot of crisis, a lot of crisis. And the reason for the crisis, the elected officials, the left-wing politicians in Illinois. Who runs Illinois? The left-wing folks, left-wing people. I'm talking about J.B. Pritzker, probably the biggest name when you look at the left-wing politicians in Illinois. J.B. Pritzker, the governor, then Brandon Johnson, the mayor of Chicago, and there are others. There are others. Evelyn is writing, thank goodness I'm not in Illinois. Evelyn, you're in a beautiful state. You are in Las Vegas, Nevada. So, yeah, and Nevada, you get mixed results with Nevada, right? Sometimes a Republican can win a statewide race and sometimes not. So it's mixed, but still, Illinois is very, very left leaning. So Nevada is doing much better if you do a comparison. Absolutely. Terry Gilly, thank you for being here. Good to see you. Thank you so much, Terry Gilly, for the kind compliment. So Gray 59 is here. Gray, good to see you. Evelyn says it is a swing state. Absolutely, Nevada is a swing state, and hopefully, Evelyn, at some point in the not so distant future, we might be able to say, hey, Nevada is a red state. Wouldn't that be awesome? I'd love that. So, okay, let me continue with the conversation here. What was I saying? Illinois. Yeah, so when you look at Illinois and you look at the elected officials in Illinois, you might say, hey, we expect the highest level of public service from you. You might say that to the elected officials in Illinois. You might say, all the elected officials in the state house, in the governor's office, we want to see you focusing on public service because that's the expectation. But in reality, the elected officials in Illinois, you know what they're focused on? These left-wing politicians, these Democrats, these so-called progressives, they're focused on holding on to political power. They're not serving the people. They're not looking at the needs of the people. They're not focused on making Illinois great again. No. The Democrats are not focused on making Illinois great again. They're focused on holding on to political power. And this is extremely sad, but it is true. It is true, my friend. So, what I want to highlight today, please stay here with me, don't go. And by the way, subscribe if you haven't done so already. My friends, give me a second here. All right, I gotta look at one thing. Stay here with me, my friends. I know more and more people are tuning in. Wonderful to see that, obviously. Let me continue here with, okay. All right, give me a second here. Okay, excellent. So as I was saying, in the case of Illinois, we are seeing complete dysfunction. So J.B. Pritzker, the governor, and his team of left-wing activists are refusing to cooperate with the Trump administration. I mean, think about it. Here's an administration, the Trump administration, Donald Trump elected by popular vote, electoral college vote, both. He won both. Okay? I know that for a while, the Democrats used to say, oh, abolish the electoral college because the Democrat presidential candidate would get the popular vote while the Republican would get electoral college vote. And so the Democrats did not like the electoral college, and they would always brag about their popular vote victory and focus on that. But in this election, we saw that Donald Trump got the popular vote, Donald Trump got the electoral college vote. It was a landslide victory. So the Trump administration really is the people's administration. And what we're seeing is J.B. Pritzker, the Democrat governor of Illinois, refusing to cooperate with the Trump administration while the Trump administration is focused on combating crimes and arresting criminal aliens. And it is really hard to understand this. It's hard to believe that there are elected officials in Illinois who refuse to cooperate with the people's administration. Now, what we have seen in Illinois in recent weeks is that there's complete lack of cooperation coming from the Pritzker administration. J.B. Pritzker, rather than working with President Donald Trump to make Illinois safe again, he is playing politics. In the fight against crime, each And every moment matters. When you're fighting crime, each and every moment matters. And each day that goes by, and each day that the criminals are out there roaming free, the situation gets worse. If you allow criminals to roam around freely, then crime spreads even more. And we don't want that. So President Donald J. Trump, he has been deploying resources in Illinois to catch criminals, but he is not getting any cooperation from J.B. Pritzker. You know what J.B. Pritzker should do is, he should say, Mr. President, I'm going to cooperate with you. What kind of assistance do you need? I'm going to offer the resources that's available in Illinois. Let's work together. Illinois has many problems. Chicago is suffering because of widespread crime. So as the governor of Illinois, what can I do to be of assistance, sir? You are the greatest president in the history of the country. And so I'm going to cooperate with you to make Illinois safe again. This is what J.B. Pritzker should be saying. That is what he should be saying, and not just in private. He should be saying it publicly. J.B. Pritzker, in an ideal world, he would be doing a press conference and he would be saying that his administration is willing to work with the Trump administration to fight crime. And he should be thanking President Trump. He should be thanking the Trump administration. He should be thanking the DHS Secretary Kristi Noem. J.B. Pritzker should be thanking Pam Bondi, the Attorney General. But that is not what is happening. J.B. Pritzker, not only is he not cooperating with Donald Trump, J.B. Pritzker is trying to resist. J.B. Pritzker is trying to create barriers for the Trump administration. J.B. Pritzker is out there publicly opposing the Trump administration. And not just him, there's his ally, Brandon Johnson of Chicago, the mayor of Chicago also. But we know that no matter what J.B. Pritzker does, no matter what Brandon Johnson does, no matter what their allies do, they cannot stop the People's Administration, the administration that we elected. We put the Trump administration in power. We put Donald Trump in power, which means we allowed Donald Trump, we elected him, and we gave him the authority to select his cabinet. So the Trump administration is our administration, the People's Administration. So the People's Administration cannot be stopped. What needs to be done will be done. Strong and decisive action will be taken. And so according to reports, and you're going to love this, my friends, what I'm about to tell you, you are absolutely going to love this. And please tell me, is there anyone here from Texas? Anyone watching from Texas? If you are from Texas, let me know. I'm going to try to pause here for a little bit before I share with you the breaking news update. I'm going to pause and I'll try to catch up with some of the comments. I see one person from Texas. There are others from Texas also, I think. Let's see. Wow, comments pouring in. This is great. So many comments. Give me 1 second, my friends. Don't go anywhere. Do not go anywhere. Stay here. We got a lot more to talk about. We got a lot more to discuss here. Stay here. Stay here, my friends. All right. And make sure that you're subscribing. Make sure you're subscribing, all right? Give me a second here. 17 likes on this video so far. More likes would be great. Like this video, share this video. Okay. All right. I'm going to I blocked an individual, okay, who was spamming and just writing unnecessary comments, repeating the same comment over and over again. I blocked that individual because, you know, we cannot allow excessive spam here, all right? I'm going to share with you this breaking news update, so get ready for this, my friends. And make sure that you're hitting the subscribe button, liking the video, sharing the video. It's important because, you know what? We want more people to know the truth. That's what I'm doing on this channel. I'm sharing the truth, I'm sharing the facts, and we need to spread the truth. So subscribe, like, and share. Okay, my friends, according to reports, and you're going to love this. According to reports, President Trump has authorized the deployment of Texas National Guard troops to other states, including Illinois. Isn't that awesome? I see our friend AC Cruz is here. AC Cruz, so good to see you. That's why I was asking before I shared this news. I was asking, is there anyone from Texas? Because we love Texas. And we're just getting reports now that President Donald J. Trump has authorized the deployment of the Texas National Guard troops to other states, including Illinois. So think about it. Think about the scene. Think about the image when that happens, when Texas National Guard troops arrive in Illinois for their deployment. They arrive in Illinois. This is like, wow. Right action. Right action. And we're so proud. We're so proud. This is the kind of leadership that we expect from elected officials. This is breaking news. So I'm going to give you some more details. Don't go anywhere. Stay here with me, my friends. Stay here with me. There's a post on X, and this is a post from Governor J.B. Pritzker of Illinois. So J.B. Pritzker writes, and I quote, "This evening, President Trump is ordering 400 members of the Texas National Guard for deployments to Illinois, Oregon, and other locations within the United States. No officials from the federal government called me directly to discuss or coordinate," end quote. Okay. So the very first sentence of J.B. Pritzker's post is basically stating the facts, all right? Deployment of National Guard, so on, so on and so forth. The second sentence is almost like a grievance. It's like a grievance. Like, I am sad because no officials from the federal government called me directly to discuss or coordinate. Well, what is the point of calling J.B. Pritzker regarding the deployment of National Guard? I mean, if what he is saying is true, okay, I'm not saying whatever J.B. Pritzker is claiming is true, but if what he's saying is true, that no one from the federal government called him directly to discuss or coordinate, well, then there's probably good reason for that, because going back to what I just said a few minutes ago, J.B. Pritzker has not been cooperating with the Trump administration. And not only that he's not cooperating, he is opposing what Trump is doing. So why in the world does J.B. Pritzker think that somebody from the federal government's going to call him and say, Governor, we're sending National Guard troops from Texas? I mean, he's not cooperating, J.B. Pritzker, so what's the point of letting him know? The president is going to use his power, his authority to do what he sees fit in order to fight crime, catch criminal aliens, whatever is necessary to make Illinois safe again. President Trump is going to do that because J.B. Pritzker won't. And so here's what happened. This just keeps getting more interesting, okay? So I'm going to share with you the next part. So get ready for this. So what I just told you is a post from Governor Pritzker on X. X meaning formerly known as Twitter, the app X. And then Texas Governor Greg Abbott shared J.B. Pritzker's post on his account with the following statement. So Governor Greg Abbott took J.B. Pritzker's post, shared it on his account along with the statement, and the statement is the following, and I quote, I fully authorized the president to call up 400 members of the Texas National Guard to ensure safety for federal officials. You can either fully enforce protection for federal employees or get out of the way and let Texas Guard do it. No guard can match the training, skill, and expertise of the Texas National Guard. They defend our country with pride. America must also know that Texas still has thousands of National Guard assisting with the border security, end quote. This is so amazing. I saw this and I decided, you know what? I know it's late, or I should say early in the morning. It's past midnight. I know it's early, but I am going to be doing this live stream because I cannot wait until morning to share this with you. I'm going to do this live stream, even if it's a 30-minute live stream, 15-minute live stream, whatever it may be. I'm going to do a live stream. I'm going to share this with my friends because you know what? I know the friends that I have in this community, they're freedom-loving people. They believe in the Constitution. They believe in the rule of law. They believe that we must always try to make our neighborhoods safe. We must fight crime. We must always try to achieve peace. And we must do everything in our power to make America great again. And so I said, I'm going to be doing this live stream, no matter how late, no matter how early. And here I am, and it's so wonderful to see so many of our friends and a lot of new people tuning in for this. So as of now, I have not seen any statement from President Donald J. Trump on X, and I'm still waiting for that. But I'm happy, very, very happy, delighted, thrilled to see the statement from Greg Abbott that he authorized the President of the United States to call up 400 members of the Texas National Guard to ensure safety for federal officials. 400 members of Texas National Guard. My friends, Texas National Guard is amazing. They are highly trained. You know, Texas faces various challenges, right? Because Texas is a border state. So obviously there's the border. And the Texas National Guard is trained to handle many different kinds of challenges. And also when Texas faces weather-related problems or natural disasters, the National Guard responds, the Texas National Guard. And so the Texas National Guard troops, they're highly trained people, highly trained and, patriotic. They are patriots. They are there to serve, which is why they serve in the Texas National Guard. They serve the people. And so, my friends, I'm very happy. I'm still waiting for a statement from President Trump, which I have not seen as of now, but it's going to be a very interesting week because it's already technically Monday in the East Coast. It's Monday in the Midwest, maybe not in the West Coast, but it's already Monday, start of a new week, and I want to see what happens. I'm going to pause here for a little bit because I want to catch up with the live chat window here. Let's see. My friends, those who have not subscribed yet, please do so. I would appreciate that. Please subscribe. Thank you so much. Okay, well, I'm reading a lot of comments. A lot of freedom-loving people in the live chat, and then there are also some people who support policies that go against freedom. Okay, I can see that as well, and I never understand why people support anti-freedom policies, but there are folks in this world who just want things that defy common sense. All right. So, okay, let's see. By the way, let me ask you this question. Okay, I'm actually going to do a poll. Do you support President? Let's do this. Do you support the idea, or I should say proposal? Do you support the proposal to deploy Texas National Guard troops to Illinois? Do you support the proposal to deploy Texas National Guard troops to Illinois? I support it. I'm going to say yes. Okay. All right, let's see how people respond. Do you support the proposal to deploy Texas National Guard troops to Illinois? Let's see. Yes. Wow. Yes is winning. Cool. 56% yes. Awesome. Hey, this is great. Off to a good start. Amazing. Amazing. Do you support the proposal to deploy Texas National Guard troops to Illinois? People, majority saying yes. Wow. This is great. Evelyn is saying absolutely yes. Absolutely. All right. Others are saying yes. This is so great. So great. Wonderful. All right. So we'll let the poll question remain open, and let's see. All right. All right, awesome. Lots of people here supporting the common sense decision to deploy Texas National Guard troops to Illinois. Okay. Now, once again, we have not seen a statement from President Trump. At least last I checked, I did not see any. So I'm still waiting to hear from him what he's going to say. I'm hoping he's going to put out at some point maybe a Truth Social post. I'm actually refreshing the Truth Social page and trying to see if there's any update. I don't see any. But truly, whatever it takes to make Illinois safe again, whatever it takes, you gotta think about the ultimate outcome. And what do we need to do to get to that outcome? The outcome that we all want is we want to see a crime-free city in Chicago, crime-free Chicago. Okay? We want to see Illinois being safe again, make Illinois safe again. So how do we get to that? How do we make Chicago crime-free? We have to deploy resources. How do we make Illinois safe again? We have to deploy resources. And we need leadership, transparency, accountability, and strong leadership that we have in the White House. So happy to see President Trump's decision, but still waiting for a statement. All right, let's see, my friends. See, overwhelmingly, people are saying yes. Majority saying yes to the poll question. Do you support the proposal to deploy Texas National Guard troops to Illinois? The numbers fluctuate, but every time I look at it, majority, like 53% right now, saying yes. 53 saying yes. This is wonderful. Okay, now it goes down to 52, it goes up to 53, 54. Majority. This is wonderful. This is great, my friends. Awesome. Wow. Awesome. All right. Because I understand that there are lots of new people here, we're going to do our usual exercise again, which is if you support Donald Trump, just write Donald Trump, or I love Trump, or I support Trump, or Make America Great Again, or MAGA. Write something expressing your support for President Trump if you are a Trump supporter. Let's see how many Trump supporters we have. In the live chat, Brock is saying Trump. Brock, thank you, Brock. Tristan is saying MAGA. Andrew Johnson is saying I support Trump. This is great. Who else? I'm going to try to read the names. Brock is saying MAGA. This is great. Michael is saying I support Trump. This is awesome. All right. Steve is saying MAGA. That's great. John is also a supporter of Trump. Thank you. Who else? Evelyn, our friend from Las Vegas, Nevada, saying I support Trump. Terry Gilly is saying MAGA. DG is saying I love Trump. This is wonderful. Who else? Okay, somebody is asking, are you immigrant? Yes, I am a legal immigrant and I'm a naturalized American citizen. So I am a U.S. citizen. I came to the United States legally. For those who don't know much about me, those who are watching this channel for the first time, just a little bit of just a little bit of background information about me. But if you want to know more about me, my friends, go visit this website, tausifanam.net. Tausif Anam is my name, Tausif first name, Anam last name, tausifanam.net. Go check out that website, and you can read my bio over there. All right, Evelyn is saying Trump all day. Awesome. This is great. Okay. Go Chargers is saying MAGA. This is great. Okay, who else? Who else is here supporting Trump? Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you so very much, my friends. All right. You know, I'm in a state, Wisconsin, that voted for Donald Trump. In 2024 and also in 2016. Now, 2020, we can talk about 2020. We can talk about 2020. And you know what? If I start talking about 2020, a lot of the left-wing folks over here, they're just going to go crazy if I start talking about 2020. Donald Trump won the 2016 election. Donald Trump won the 2024 election. And you know what? 2020, if you ask me, Trump's the winner. 2020. Want to hear that again? 2020, if you ask me for my opinion, if you ask me for my assessment, my analysis, the conclusion that I have drawn by observing and studying all the facts and all the figures, and here's the answer. 2020, Trump's the winner. All right? Like it or not, 2020, Trump's the winner. All right. So many comments pouring in. I can't even keep track of the comments. So many comments coming in. Lots and lots and lots of comments. Hard to read all the comments. Let's see. All right. Wow. You know, great to see so much of action in the live chat. So much of action in the live chat. Okay, someone's saying mid-year election gonna... okay. Listen, you want to talk about the mid-year election? Mid-year election? You want to talk about the midterm 2026? You know what? Hey, what's going to happen in 2026? You know, the Democrats, they seem to be like getting ready. 2026, we're going to win. Hey, listen, relax. Don't get so excited. If you think that in 2026 the Republicans are going to lose, you know what? Democrats, don't be so confident. Do not be so confident, because you know what? People, the American people, they're happy with the performance of the Trump administration and the Republican allies in Washington. The Republicans are doing a great job. The American people in 2024, what did the American people decide? The American people decided to give the majority of the Senate to the Republicans. The American people voted for the Republicans and gave them the Senate majority. The Republicans maintained the House majority. The Republicans now have the Oval Office, the White House, and President Trump and the Republicans are fulfilling the promises that they made to the American people, in spite of all the challenges that they're facing because of the barriers set up by the Democrats, because of all the obstruction and all the barriers that the Democrats are coming up with. The Republicans are fulfilling the promises made to the American people. They are working very hard to deliver results. And the Republicans are going to be rewarded in 2026. The Republicans beyond 2026, I believe, will continue to remain in the majority in the House and in the Senate. Do you agree with me, my friends? Let me know. Do you agree with me? So if a Democrat is coming and saying, oh, wait for the midterm, we're going to win the midterm. You know what? The Republicans, I believe the Republicans will win. I believe the Republicans will have very good results. And you know what? I'm not just giving you, um, like, an overall, oh, here's the conclusion and that's it. I'm going to give you the details. Something that I did before the November 2024 election was I sat with the Electoral College map. I tried to discuss the various possibilities. What states can Trump win? What states will the Democrats win? What's the best case scenario? What's the worst case scenario? How many Electoral College votes are needed? What will be the results in the battleground states? I discussed all of these in great details, and this was before the November 2024 election. So if you want, I can analyze the possibilities of the 2026 midterm election. I can go state by state. I can go race by race. I can talk about the gubernatorial races. I can talk about the House races. I can talk about the Senate races, and I can give you my analysis of, okay, how many seats are we going to end up with in November 2026? The Republicans now have 53 seats in the Senate. Are we going to stay at 53? Is that number going to go down to 51 or 52? Is that number going to go up to possibly 54, 55, 56? I can discuss all those possibilities. I can talk about the gubernatorial races. I can talk about, the changing, the dynamic political landscape. Okay. It's always changing. It's always changing. It's always in motion. You take a snapshot of the political landscape at any given point in time, you know that the next moment it's going to change. It's evolving, it's changing. And it's important to understand what changes are taking place. What are the variables? What are the factors? How are the changes going to affect the election results? My friends, there's a lot to talk about, and I will do that here on this channel. So let's see. Let's see. All right, who's here? Okay, anyone here for the first time? A lot of people are here for the first time, but will you share with me and let me know if you're here for the first time? I mean, listen, my friends, periodically I gotta check the poll results. The question is, do you support the proposal to deploy Texas National Guard troops to Illinois? And you can see 53% of the respondents have said yes. It's not 53 now, it's up to 54. So you can see that people support the idea of sending the Texas National Guard troops to Illinois because there's a big crisis in Illinois and the crisis has to be addressed. So I see our friend Didi just joined. Didi, are you here? Didi is here from California. Thanks for being here, Didi. Didi is saying, I believe the Republicans will keep the House and the Senate. That is what we want to hear, Didi. Thank you so much. That is what we want to hear. It's the power of positive thinking. It's the power of prayers. If you think positive, if you allow optimism into your mind, if you think good things, positive things, then positive things will happen. You have to allow optimism to thrive in your heart and in your mind, my friends. Optimism, that's what we focus on. We think positive, always. Let's see here. Hold on. I'm trying to read the comments. That's why I'm sort of silent here for a few moments. Wow, lots of people still pouring in. This is great. Hey, listen. Look at the poll question. Still 54% saying that they support the proposal to deploy Texas National Guard troops to Illinois. Do you need to see anything more than this? Do you need to see anything more? All right. Okay, my friends. What I'm going to do right now is end this live stream. Spoke for approximately 47 minutes so far. I'm going to be ending this live stream, and hopefully you can stay connected. I'm going to end the poll. 53% saying yes, which is great. So I'm going to end this live stream now, but I will be back again with more videos and more live streams. So please stay connected. And earlier today, just like a short while ago, before I started the live stream, I published a podcast episode, the video version of a podcast episode, with a guest who is the chair of Grant County Republican Party, on my YouTube channel. So please go check out that video if you have not done so already, my friends. Thank you so very much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you have not subscribed, please do so. Okay, subscribe. Thank you, my friends. Stay connected. I'm going to be back again very soon, and I'm waiting to find out more information about what President Trump is doing regarding the deployment of Texas National Guard troops to Illinois. So thank you, my friends. I hope you all stay healthy and happy, and please stay connected. May God bless you all. May God bless President Donald J. Trump. May God bless the Trump administration. May God bless the Republicans in Washington and across the country. May God bless the freedom-loving people of America. May God bless our allies, and may God bless freedom-loving people really all over the world. Thank you, my friends. God bless you all. Good to see you. Thank you. Bye-bye.